Hey everybody, J-Man here. It's Monday, so that means we're talking about the Legion of Superheroes. Unless, of course, it's the second Monday in the month, in which case we'd be talking about Bob Haney on Earth B, which should be coming up in a couple of weeks. So before we get going, let's take a look at what's coming down. So this Wednesday, I'm doing the wrestling stream at 7 p.m. because at 8 p.m. I'm going to be on the Action Elite talking about the Dolph Lundgren super classic I Come in Peace or Dark Angel. It was named Dark Angel in other regions, but the I Come in Peace movie. So that's going to be on the Action Elite. So I'm going to do the stream at 7 for the wrestling, the women of wrestling. And then at 8, I'm going on to the Action Elite. Steven and I are going on Action Elite. I'm not sure if Sean's going on. But Steve is going on for sure, so we're going to be on that. And then this Friday, this has been, I guess, a long time coming. Phantom Outsider has been, been lobbying heavy for a review of the first appearance of Planet Lexor, which I don't really know anything about. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. So that's actually going to be Superman issue 164. So we're just calling it Classic Comics. We'll do it under the Classic Comics brand on my channel on Friday at 7 p.m. So same time as this with Sean and Clobby. So that'll be 164, Superman number 164. Okay. That's this Friday. Then next Monday is Legion of Superheroes again. And for Fridays going forward, we're going to keep it, as I said, free for all. We're gonna have some rotation going on. We'll do a Classic Comics. We'll go back to a Transformers comics because people really like that, and we'll even rotate some verses. We're gonna do our female '80s fantasy 80s fantasy hero versus tournament. So that's gonna be starting up as well. So keep an eye out for that. All right, let's bring in our first panelists.
Hey,
hello.
Man. I'm ready with mine, man. Dun.
Oh, you have it. Nice.
Yeah, it's not the greatest condition, but it's readable. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's good enough. What else? Yeah. What else do you want? All right, and let's bring on our special guest for the Legion streams.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hello.
LLL, my friends. Whoa. Greetings to you. The great Sean, the great J-Man, and of course the great chat there. Phantom Outsider, look, dude. Look how special you are. You should feel special.
Yes, we're doing. Yeah, we're finally going to do this one. Well, this is one that I only got wind of through your chats, so I know that he's been on your chats, really kind of saying, "Hey, can you do this one?" So it's new for me, and because I'm like Mikey, I'll read anything or whatever.
Right.
Even crap.
I've never read that one until he started talking about it. That's the first Lexor one. I mean, if I did, I have no memory of it. That's old, even older than me.
Awesome.
But not older than Fanty, of course.
Sean actually has the issues, so that's good.
Yeah, I bought it Yesterday's Heroes years and years ago, like in.
Oh, cool.
Excellent.
But yeah, I love the whole Lexor thing. I mean, it goes on from here, and I love how Carrie Bates wrapped it all up before.
Yes. Yeah.
If there's if you can message me if you want some of the other appearances, we can maybe just take a look. Like today we're covering. Well, I'll get to that in a second. Then we'll get to that in a second. So let's say Lord Thoth, long live the long live the Legion, buddy. My Avon phone
lives.
Is charging. So
hey, buddy.
I don't have my Avon phone with me. FKHC 2005. How's it going? This is your new Monday evening thing. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Good to
That's
see you
awesome,
there, man. He's a good friend. He always sends me stuff during shows and communicates with me. And he's a good friend of Clobberin Times as well. So.
Do you have a channel? Does he have a channel or not really?
I don't know if he has a channel. I think he's just hangs out. So I don't think so. He might. So.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, you never, because I don't know. There was somebody in my chat a while ago, and I didn't even know that they had a channel. Like they didn't say anything. So
yeah,
you gotta say it. I've learned after 11 years on YouTube It's like you just got to just say it, because I never ask people to like and subscribe, and you know what happens is that you forget, and then when you're watching a video, and if someone doesn't say it, I also forget to like and subscribe while I'm watching the video.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, and then I was like, for 10 years, I was like, well, I feel weird asking. And I'm like, I was it Steve or somebody said to me, it's like, dude, you just got to ask. Cause like, if you're going to forget.
I never do it either.
I know you never do it either. And the thing is, it's like, I was listening to your channel for a long time before I was like, I keep forgetting to subscribe. No, okay, I'm going to subscribe right now. And then I remember to subscribe. I don't even know if I subscribe to Sean until like, I mean, I subscribed to you not right away. Like I'm saying, like you had a channel. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not even subscribed to Sean. What the hell am I doing? I got to subscribe.
That wasn't a habit, right?
Yeah, I don't. When we started, it wasn't really a thing that you just did your video and then you left, right? It wasn't,
right.
You didn't really think about this as, I'm supposed to be asking people this or whatever. Anyways, all right. So today we're looking at. I only have 2 of the issues that we're doing. We're doing 313, 314, and 315. I did read the Jimmy Olsen issue, so we could take a look at it. It's very quick. It's a bit hokey. So we'll take a look at it at the very end if there's time, because Clobby, I know you've got your Monday night mark.
No worry. No, I got nothing going on tonight. Nothing planned. No.
Okay.
Show up, so don't worry about
You're
that.
just all right. So
I hang with you guys anyway.
Awesome. So yeah, I don't have 313, but I do have 314, and I've got 315. So there you go. So I don't have 313, but we've got the screen to share it anyways. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to do, Sean, you're going to start today's, right? Because Clobby's going to issue the second one. I'm going to do this through him because I've got a lot to say about this comic, and I got like a hell of a lot to say about it. So I'm going to go third on this one. And let me get my screen up here. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, can we close this, or is it gonna? No, it stays anyways. All right, so everyone can see that.
Yep.
Adventure Comics number 313. I don't have this one now. At first glance, Sean, I'm gonna put you on top here. At first glance, you think, is this just some weird, printing error? Like, why is everyone red-skinned?
Yeah. They've all broken out into hives or something.
But no, it's the crimson virus.
Redskins anymore.
But what's funny is Night Girl's in with all the other Legionnaires. Like, how do they know who Night Girl?
What's going on with Night Girl?
Mm-hmm.
I did post a poll.
Yeah.
Did you guys vote? I'll vote on the poll. Now somebody voted for Stoneboy, and I know why they did that, and I know who did that. And it's like, I know why you did that, and that's a bit of a spoilery thing.
Wise cracker.
But I'm pretty sure who did that. But right now, Polar Boy's winning with 2 votes. Night Girl and Stoneboy each have 1 vote. And the question is, which sub should join the Legion? And I'm not saying which one is going to join or whatever, just which one would you want out of those. I left out Chlorophyll Kid because I didn't know how to spell chlorophyll. I didn't feel like looking it up.
Yeah, you're fine.
So I know, like, I'm being honest. I
got you.
I'm a science and math person. I'm not like well, even though I'm a writer, which is awful. I'm a writer, but I still don't know how to spell anything.
Well, I'll confess. I voted for Breck Bannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't have a real name yet, but he will.
Oh, he will. Okay. All right. Okay, so Sean, you want to? Oh, sorry, Clobby. What's the credits on this one?
Okay, we have a Kurt Swan, George Klein cover. Our writer, who for now and probably for the foreseeable future, is the great Edmund Hamilton, and of course pencils. A nice change of pace. We got pencils by the great Kurt Swan, inkers George Klein and Sheldon Maldoff, of course. Letters Milt Snepin, and editor. Who else? Mort Weisinger.
All right.
Yeah, more.
Okay. So, Sean, you want to? Okay, so we got 2 double cover there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh man, Supergirl. Oh,
Supergirl versus like Satan Girl, I guess.
Satan Girl.
They're just right out.
They're not being subtle, are they?
Yeah.
Bad.
It's supposed to be Satin Girl? I was like, no, it's
No.
Satan Girl, man.
Yeah, I thought that at first too. I'm like, wow, Satan Girl. My goodness.
I have to say,
Can
I
you
love
imagine,
Satan Girl.
The Bible Belters not even just, at the
Yeah.
time, like their kids reading a comic book with a Satan Girl in it. I don't know how that didn't get that got everybody, but okay.
Yeah,
I
they only
love the
name her on the
costume.
inside though, so like you had to really open the comic to see it. But
Good
yeah.
thing she didn't have
Right.
horns and stuff. Yeah.
No, yeah.
I like this costume. I'm thinking I might make a little character based on this one. I like Satan Girl.
She's cool, yeah.
She's pretty good. Okay, so
You could guess what it is in 1 second, but whatever.
yeah, there was no.
Satan Girl.
I was able to guess everything in these 3 issues
Yeah.
today, but that didn't affect me. Not my
Right.
love of them.
Yeah. All right. So it begins with lightning lass. Like rectifying a situation with a broken transformer, I guess. And they're like, oh yeah, look how she does this, amazing. But then she weakens. She's like, oh my gosh, like I can't go on. I'm not strong enough. And meanwhile, Saturn Girl is coming down with something as well. They're all coming down. All the girls are coming down with something. So Superman's like, oh, Mon-El, let's do that thing with the planets about to collide with each other. We're gonna have to go on this big mission, so we're not in this story, right? So they they go. It's like, guys, we gotta go.
That's the dialogue.
Yeah,
It's like, we can't be in this story
Yeah.
because we would overpower Satan Girl in 3 seconds. So why don't we just leave?
we have to be written out right now. So they go, and it's like, what the hell's going on here? It's like, we're all sick. Well, I mean, good luck with that. And then they take off to like the planets to,
Superboy says, walk it off right here. He's
yeah, it's terrible news. And
walk it off. Like,
yeah. Actually, he's later on. So at the substitute heroes, they're like, well, we should do something because they're always spying on them, right?
Right.
And Night Girl's like, let me go over and take a look, right? But then she gets sick.
Of course.
But this is significant in that, like, once again, she comes, she hasn't really approached them before. She did when they were fake, when they were those aliens in disguise. So now they know now, like, Saturn Girl is in operation and she wants to help them. She gets sick as well. So they put them in this big, like, container and, like, we're going to ship you off to, like, quarantine world, right? And it's like, this space bubble will take care of you and all that. So,
I like this
anyways,
place called Quarantine World. I like that they've
yeah, there's
an
a
actual
world for
planet.
everything, right? So,
right.
Monster World and like,
Comic
Yeah.
Cap Collectibles. What's going on? But
CCC.
hey,
Sean, I saw Sean stole your
yeah, sorry, man.
and he did John Carter of Mars. There wasn't that many. There was only like 20 something issues.
There's
of
only
it.
28. Like,
Yeah. So it wasn't
It's
that.
about
It
like
wasn't
that. Oh,
too-
you reviewed it or something? Did you review that?
no, I showed all the covers of it and,
Oh,
and went
great,
through
yeah.
the staff behind them and all
Cool.
that.
I actually like the way you did it, Sean. So Cap, watch Sean's video of how he did his thing, and then copy that so you guys can all copy.
I know,
each
but
other.
Cap's got like Spectacular, which is like super long.
I know.
Yeah,
I tried to complete it myself.
Yeah, I researched all the 28 issues and the annuals, and then I could read them out, because I wrote them down and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got a lot to do. He had to do it in sections.
I must see that
Yeah.
video.
Yeah,
But,
so Comic Cap is putting full runs. Like he's showing
Yeah,
every
full
issue.
run. Yeah.
So I mean, for Spectacular, I mean, it was at least 3. Was it 2 or 3 part? I don't remember how many parts it was. It was a few parts. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
But
yeah.
I like just one more thing. I like M Hands and the tribe. Like whenever a bunch of people were coloring or like inking, they just like put like, I don't know, M Hands is like many hands or whatever.
right.
They had a couple
Anyway.
different artists, hired like 4 or 5 people to work for him. One of those was Neil Adams, the
Yeah.
Krusty Bunker.
They just farmed out. They just farmed out
Yeah.
a lot of it, right? Yeah.
M
Okay.
Hands, D Hands was Diverse Hands.
Diverse
M-
hands.
M-
Ah.
they got all kind of different ones back then.
Yeah.
They have little bitty sweatshops.
Yeah. Yeah, and John Carter also boasts the Marvel debut of Frank Miller. So there you go.
It did. Oh, there you go. Good.
Anyways, the Legion. So
Legion.
So Superman and Mon-El take off. We're like, okay, we've been here enough.
We're
You
outta
guys
here.
take care of this mess, right? So they take off. And Saturn Girl comes. She's like, hey, since everyone's sick, well, you accept me? I got all these powers. I'm awesome. And they're like, no one can replace our comrades. When we find a way to cure them, they'll rejoin the Legion. And she's like, fool, I made them sick. And she just reveals her hand, right?
Right
And
there, man. Not
she did,
even
like,
subtle at all.
yeah, and then she did like the Hulk Hogan posing, like, I did it. What are you gonna do about that?
Yeah.
They should have had the NWO theme.
You rejected me.
Man, she comes in, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You rejected me. You regret it, you patriarchy.
You bastards. I'm gonna destroy your ship too. Holy shit, man.
Yeah,
Wow,
so she
dude.
uses her powers. She reveals that she has all these Superman powers, right? So
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
destroys their ship, and it's all the weak ones. They're not weak, but they're not Superman
No.
power characters, right? So they're all like, "Oh crap, we can't do anything about this or whatever." And they kind of can, but whatever.
No,
Yeah, I feel like Sunboy and Cosmic Boy could do
Yeah,
something.
Cosmic
here,
Boy
right?
especially, just like
Like-
bend the.
Just let
Yeah,
her do-
Lightning Lad is here. Like,
Yeah.
She has basically translation. She has powers as great as Superboy or Monel. I ain't getting my ass kicked by no girl. No way, you guys. See you later.
Yeah.
yeah, I think maybe they didn't want to hit a female. That was the thing. They didn't
Yeah.
want to nail her.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So they call in the heavy
They
hitters
call in
here.
Supergirl. It's like,
Yeah.
and she
Why
was
she
gonna visit or whatever, and she's like, "I'm here," and they're like, "Yeah, everyone's sick, and there's this Satan girl woman.
We need somebody who can hit a girl.
Yeah, we need someone that can hit a girl." It's like, and you fit the bill, right? So
I love Supergirl.
yeah,
I did a bunch of Adventure Comic random Supergirl appearances, and I got so many views. I got more views on that than when I reviewed. What the hell? I reviewed
Really?
random comics from decades ago just on a whim because I was bored. I'm like, I'm going to review these, and I got more views on that than the current comics that are out now that people want to know
Nice.
if they're good or not. So.
Yeah.
Kudos to the
Wow.
audience. I'm very happy with my subscribers. Thank
Very
you for
cool.
you've got a community going, man.
got the community
Nice.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, the good stuff.
So they're gonna go to the I think quarantine world because that's
Yeah.
where Satan Girl is gonna go
Girls
to
are-
finish off the Legionnaires, right? So she flies off, and so here they are. They're all in wheelchairs and stuff, and there's these robots. They're like, oh, we're nurses and stuff. They talk a lot, and and Satan Girl comes and just like destroys them. Just straight up murders them, man.
She's on.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, I'm like, I kind of like Satan Girl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, she kind of took care of it. But look how good Supergirl looks here. She's like, I'm not effing around, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
look at her face. If you can see her face, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
She's just like, I am not effing around here.
So she's like her mask is lead lined, so that counts out like a Daxam person,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And a Daxamite. And so they're fighting, and she's like, "Whoa!" Her punches are like super like powerful, right? She gets knocked into a tree, and she's like, "If I wasn't like invulnerable, I'd be dead," right? And they have a big super fight here. They
Awesome,
shatter
I
a boulder, and they're fighting in the sky, and all the Legionnaire women are just like watching helplessly, right? And as they fight to a standstill, and she's trying to peel off the mask but can't, and then Satan Girl takes off, and she's like, "I'm as strong as you, whatever, like you're not gonna stand a chance," right?
That's
So-
2 pages right here. Like this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, this is like, look how awesome this is. Like, whoa, look at there, like, holy shit, look what's going on up here.
Nice
right.
action by Swan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's great. So Supergirl wants to find kryptonite, so she goes to the nearest laboratory, and some old man gives her a kryptonite, right? So
Sure,
Supergirl finds kryptonite.
1975, kryptonite's available in every corner drugstore, but
Yeah.
in 2023, it's a little hard to come by.
Yeah.
Yes, we have samples of green kryptonite dust. Its radiation helps cure certain space ills in ordinary people, but it would paralyze you, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the update, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to remind the audience, if is this your first Superman comic or whatever, or so she spots Satan Girl with her telescopic sight on this asteroid, and she could see her too, right, coming. And she
Yep.
goes, "I could pretty much guess what's in that lead-lined case, right?" So so Supergirl throws it at her, and it's like, it turns into mist as Supergirl, as Satan Girl, like, kind of destroys it, but like it doesn't do anything to her.
Yeah.
And Supergirl's like, what the hell? Like, she's not Kryptonian. She can't be a Daxamite. What is she, right? So she can't. She escapes into the cave, and the cave is lined with this kryptonite globs and stuff. So she can't go in after her. So she's like, well, she's got to figure something out here, right? And that's the end of part 1. And I love, like, what you're saying. Like, Supergirl is a woman of action in these things, and she's always doing some great stuff. Like, she's figuring things out too. Like, she's always like thinking as well. She's great.
She's amazing. I'm definitely gonna get that tattoo, and I'm gonna get this Supergirl. I want this.
Oh yeah, this issue. Yeah.
Like this version of Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In my I do the chibi style. In my chibi style, I'll have this version of Supergirl. Like, she is awesome. Like, comes down, kicks ass. Okay, I'll try different things. Thinks it through. Like, look, she looks perplexed. It's like, okay, what? She's got to come back. You know what I mean? Like, she's determined to figure this out or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was part 1.
I love that Flash annual.
This one, yeah.
Oh my god, man.
I love when they have all the different stories around and they show.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
And let's take a break for a second. This is it. This was the mistake that Sean pointed out last stream.
Yes.
He's like, so our buddy here, Gary, is like, I finally done it. Don't try to squirm out of it. I found a mistake in the story, The Doom of the Superheroes. The villain, Mask Man, this was last stream, so last week. If you haven't seen that stream, why? You have to go back and watch that entire stream. It was great. Said that he would kill the superheroes one by one. Then at the end of the story, he said that Superboy was the only survivor. How could this be? When in the story were Bouncing Boy, when in the story were Bouncing Boy and Sunboy killed. Now we immediately realized that Sunboy or that Bouncing Boy was not killed. If you can show me any place in the story that shows these two being knocked off, I'll eat my hat. And the editor's like, author Edmund Hamilton, wow, bus
through
the book. Holy crap.
Face full of bus, man. Yeah.
Wow. Under the bus, boy.
It's like literally the bus is approaching. Where's Edmund? The bus coming. Edmund. Oh, Edmund, can you come over here for two seconds? We just want to talk about your raise. We're giving you a raise. Yeah, and it comes over, it's like, oh, am I getting a raise? Whoosh! Like me on the bus. Like,
that's our letter of the week for sure.
It's like to blame for this goof and artist. Oh man,
and John Forte.
Another bus would come in.
Like, there.
John, can you come over for a second? We just want to talk to you about
I'm sure Mort had nothing to do with any of that, ramming deadlines down their throat.
It's like, excuse me, is there not an editor? It's like,
right.
Mort Washington didn't edit crap. He just gave orders and threw things together.
Right. Okay, so Bouncing Boy, we're supposed to have joined their slain comrades on page 5, panel 6. Okay, so whatever. It's just funny because I was reading the letter and I was like, oh my god, this is what we talked about last stream. So I had to take a
me like this screenshot. I'm like, oh my god, like what?
Man, this Gary kid, let's get him on stream.
Gary Arnold, we'll sign you.
Gary Arnold, where are you? Are you still alive?
There's another.
That's more like answering the letters, right?
It says editor. Is Mort doing it? I'm highly suspicious that it was ever Mort that much because he didn't do any work. He had assistant editors and people like that. It could have been him. I mean, could have been him making the answer.
Yeah.
All right. The Legion of Super Pets, baby.
There's a preview splash panel here with the Legion of Super Pets. Dun. All right. So Supergirl comes back and she reports all the goings on with Satan Girl. It's like, how can we stop her? And right, so they're gonna wheel them to safety in some other place, right? So they're so they're all in wheelchairs, and meanwhile Supergirl's like so she's trying to piece it together. It's like she has immunity to kryptonite, and Satan Girl has immunity to lead because she has the lead-lined mask, right? So Supergirl is like, listen, like I know a place to stow all these people, right? Um so she goes to this planet. It's like, once I save these intelligent animals, and now they're like, they'll do whatever I want them to, whatever.
They're basically
just,
mad balls.
yeah,
They look like critters. It looks like critters.
Yeah,
I thought critters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought critters.
they totally look like critters.
And then Bouncing Boy, as the most
Bouncing Boy
useless
is
person
like
of all.
all at home now. He's like, oh, let me bounce with them and stuff, right? This leads nowhere, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just Bouncing Boy being Bouncing Boy.
And I wanted so badly for a Cosmic Boy, because Cosmic Boy always rallies everyone back to what's at hand. I wanted Cosmic Boy to be like, Bouncing Boy, cut the shit. It's like the women are dying of a disease here. There's no time to go bouncing around with your critter friends. Like,
what the hell's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, Bouncing Boy? Bouncing Boy, man, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling him. All right.
So Supergirl creates a weapon that she thinks will help her against Satan Girl. Meanwhile, Satan Girl, they thought Satan Girl would not be able to find them here, but she immediately turns up, and then everyone tries to fight her. As you see here, Sun Boy and like Lightning Lad and Bouncing Boy for some reason, and everyone else is sort of like, Cosmic Boy's like way in the back there.
Cosmic Boy,
look back here, guys.
But yeah, you're the most powerful guy.
You guys,
Cosmic Boy, you guys have completely misunderstood Cosmic Boy in this. Cosmic Boy knows that this will eventually take care of itself. So he's getting points with Night Girl. He's hanging out with her. Night Girl, do you need anything? Can I get you anything? Yeah. How are you? Are you okay? Do you want a blanket? You see, he's there knowing that he's going to get some Night Girl later on. And then when he sees that new costume of hers, he's going to be all set. Meanwhile, let these idiots go fight Satan Girl. It's like, he goes, I'll stay here and protect the ladies. I'm telling you, Cosmic Boy knows what he's doing here. So anyway,
like Dr. Venkman, he says, "Go get her, Ray.
Go get her, Ray." Yeah.
then
actual physical contact.
Yeah. So you look kind of hot like that.
You look
I like
pretty
your
good.
outfit. Yeah.
Ooh, I like your outfit.
You can't say I like the headpiece that much. You could see your hair a little bit, but the rest is smoking.
Yeah.
So Supergirl had created a weapon that's supposed to paralyze an android. That's her.
Right.
That's her conclusion, that this must be an android of some sort, because this is DC Comics. She understands that.
Right.
So, so she shoots Satan Girl, and of course nothing happens. And so anyways, the Mad Balls come, the critters, they bounce towards Satan Girl. And where's Colossal Boy?
No, anyway. so Chameleon, Colossal Boy, and Chameleon.
Oh, there they are.
Chameleon Boy's right there.
Chameleon Boy they're like hanging out in the back here. They're like, well, I can't turn into anybody, so I suck. Colossal Boy could do some actual good dance. Like, Bouncing Boy should stay back here, and Colossal Boy should be here, and Cosmic Boy they should all be kneeling her.
Yeah.
But anyways,
believe me, Chameleon Boy gets way better way down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bouncing Boy gets some points for at least attempting to fight.
He's brave,
here,
He's a brave boy.
So
sure, all right.
Gotta get points somewhere, man. So, anyways, the Mad Balls come, and so Satan Girl isn't fighting them because she has some affinity or code of honor against fighting like animals, right? And they're like, huh, look at that, right? So. She does like blast something through one of them, though. I thought she murdered this one red guy here. I don't know.
No, she's blowing. She's supposed to be like, I don't know if she blew his like through it, like she's trying to shoo them away with her super breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she becomes Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Didn't quite understand. Yes. I really didn't understand any of the stuff with the Mad Balls.
Well, they're distracting her so that they can escape, right? So they do escape. And they go to another planet, which it's interesting. There's a lot of great sci-fi stuff here. I know it's Hamilton, but like, this is a planet that has multi dimensions. So the dimension we're on are these toys and stuff, but in a dimension we can't see that's operating them are these giant children, right? Anyways, that's all weird. That doesn't factor in either. but anyways, so they go here, and then Satan Girl comes with a crap load of kryptonite.
Yeah, I thought she was going to show. I thought she was going to show a new power, super juggling.
Yeah.
I can juggle all these at once.
And she just kind of tosses them at Supergirl. Like, here, ass.
Yeah,
And,
this is awesome.
So they're all fighting her now. This is one panel where they're just all charging, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so Lightning Line's like, I'll get the green kryptonite away from you, Supergirl. And meanwhile, they're trying to rally all the super pets. It's like, we need your help, man. We don't know what the hell's going on here. So they all come. And the thing is, they're thinking, maybe her affinity towards animals will help these guys best her, right?
Right. Like her powers don't hurt the animals for some reason. It's not really explained. It's like, oh, that it doesn't hurt them. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, sure.
So she's subdued by the super pets in one panel. It's like, here they come, and there she's on the ground, right? So you're trying not to reveal it, right? Okay, there it is. So
sorry, I'm trying not to. Okay.
You did.
Well, anyways,
so it isn't it Supergirl, and then there's a whole convoluted thing about red kryptonite and like splitting Supergirl into two. I don't know if this happened in another Supergirl story, but or something. But anyways, there's an evil Supergirl that's not affected by any of the
right,
like kryptonite and all that stuff. And then she's now Satan Girl. And anyways, DC Comics, right? So
yeah. So it was supposed to be like 48 hours. Okay, so she got created. She got split into two, and then after 48 hours, she would merge again. But this Supergirl wanted to live, so she just became a villain. It was so weird.
It's like, what is it? Scientific that you merge, or just? I didn't know it was a choice.
I think it just happened. Like she just dissipates and merges back.
Yeah,
it's sort of like Superman 3, which is what I thought of. It's like they split or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they fought each other. But like,
I was reminded of the whole Sand Superman thing and the whole, and how like, but that was a whole elaborate thing just to make him like less powerful, right? So.
And then I think the next issue he just got it. He was just back to being normal powered, anyways, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I've read all of these. I didn't see him that depowered. Like it felt like he was just the same again. Anyways, it was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now.
So anyways, they merge back.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I know we found this suit of lead armor, painted the color exactly like Satan Girl. She must have worn it when she handled the green kryptonite. So there you go. And then both in that planetoid and here. So I guess they're saying that she was affected by kryptonite. It's just that most of her is covered by lead or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe Supergirl should adopt this costume. I don't know. It would be cool.
You could do the dark. Yeah. So the thing is there's no need to attack. Like if you want to survive, just figure something out. Like she went after the women in order to trick Supergirl into thinking, it only affected women, so that Supergirl would have to like. She tried to trick the Legion. This was very convoluted plotting.
Convoluted beyond belief.
It's like because
give me a headache.
Like normal Supergirl, like Supergirl Prime, like regular Supergirl, is way smarter than this Satan version, because it's like oh, I'm gonna hurt all the female heroes so that they think the men will think only females are hurt, so then they'll call in Supergirl. But why wouldn't they not call in the females? Like, wouldn't the men be like, well, obviously the women are getting hurt, so we have to do this? Like, it's just so weird. Like, the fight was cool. Satan Girl looked cool to me.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I don't, and then what, so after, even if she killed all the Legion, what would be the point? Like, she would just go back to Supergirl, right? Like, it was a bit weird.
It was nothing, Burger, really. Let's be perfectly honest. It was a weird story that made no sense from beginning to end. Let's just be honest. I love Edmund Hamilton, but this story is goofy. It's funny, I guess. But it really gives you no satisfying conclusion whatsoever. I have to be honest. Some nice art. We get to see it drawn by Kurt Swan. And there's no, unlike a lot of his stuff, no real clever conclusion to it. It's just, I guess red kryptonite does cause trouble, of course. But this one, it creates a duplicate of her that becomes Satan Girl, wants to kill everybody.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like the Red K, like sometimes it's literally it's sort of the Bob Haney. They should call it Haney kryptonite, where it's like, oh, I can just do anything I want and it doesn't matter if it makes sense because I'm just going to say it was red kryptonite.
Yep.
I mean, that's fine. And I like red kryptonite because it's just cool to have different kryptonites, but
sure.
It's weird. But Satan Girl was awesome. And these 2 pages of fighting were awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's still great. There's marvelous work by the great Kurt Swan, of course.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to the next one. And Clobby's going to do that one, so I'll put you in the hot seat in a second.
Let's see here.
And I'll put you to the...
We have... what do we have here?
So, okay, I posted this on Twitter. Oh, and let's get the credits too, I guess, while we're...
Yes, Adventure Comics number 314. Story, of course, is called The Supervillains of All Ages, and it is written again by the great Edmund Hamilton, pencil back to Mr. John Forte on pencils and inks, note snapping on the letters, and of course, Mort Weisinger was somewhere around there, at the office, for sure.
Yeah. And Superboy's like, "Where are your pants?" And he's like, "I don't need pants to defeat you, Superboy. I only need these 3 people in green, which I'm hiding their identities for no reason because I'm just going to
know who they are. Yeah,
because I'm just going to reveal who they are anyways after 5 minutes.
Right.
So whatever."
And this is, if you thought the last story was bonkers, folks, buckle up, baby.
Yo, so this is the Golden Age, that graphic or whatever it is, that miniseries Golden Age.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a great one. And I'm like, oh my God, it's actually Golden Age. It's the exact Golden Age storyline with the mind transference or whatever, right? So
it's just weird.
It's weird. All right, so Clobby, let's go for it.
So here we have this, what's this dude's name again? This weirdo who wants to he wants to basically steal the most evil supervillains of all time.
Right.
He wants to, in order to accomplish this, he wants to transfer their minds into Superboy, Monel, and Ultra Boy, which I don't know if we've yet to have the come to Jesus meeting about Ultra Boy's powers yet.
Yeah.
As far as, the establishment, he's just as powerful as these 2, except he can only use one at a time. I don't think we're there yet, but I will say this: I'm finally glad that we're now firmly cozy and comfortable in the 30th century, and we're going to stay there. I think we're back. I think we're done with flip flopping back in between this and the 21st century. So that's nice.
Here's this random testing their defenses or something.
Yes, with a robot thingy. Testing the clubhouse again one day in the 20th century, testing the clubhouse with a robot thingy, and that was kind of just a random setup to show how tough it is to break into the clubhouse and steal from the Legion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this Ron Carr of Neptune and my superpower is the power is flattening. Sorry, Ron, but we've agreed that your power, strange as it is, could not be helpful. Yeah, look, no, he can flatten, man. He can get between doors and shit.
Yeah.
He's got the power of the guy in Beetlejuice that got run over and is hanging on that thing and is being moved around on that crane or whatever.
And so you cannot have Legion tryouts without having some applicant turning into a villain.
Right.
In this early stage. They're always, these people are unstable, I guess, because this Alactor, was it Alactor?
Alactor, yeah.
Alactor, yeah.
I'm Alactor, a scientist, and I've invented this Marvel belt. Well, Marvel's down. Yeah, we don't like Marvel. They're selling more comics than us right now. What? Oh, that Marvel. What do you mean a Marvel belt? We got DC belts around here, boys. So he's a gadget dude. He doesn't have any superpowers. Well, look, we got a guy like that. He's Brainiac 5. He makes you look like a 2-digit IQ toddler.
Right.
So what do we need you for? He's a 12th level intellect. What are you? A mechanic. So we only use members whose superpowers are physical, not dependent on device, a machine. We must reject you, you little dumbass. Quite frankly, he is a little dumbass, but they were fairly nice about it. And this guy, I've deceived them. The fools didn't guess my silly inventions conceal special cameras. Basically, he was taking pictures of all of their insides of their clubhouse and stuff because he's really smart.
Yep.
I guess. My plan that will make me master of worlds. His plan, oh my God. I'm convinced it was not Edmund Hamilton. This has got to be Mort Weisinger. It's got to be.
It's definitely weird.
So anyway,
but it'll only work if the 3 most powerful Legionnaires are conveniently somewhere else.
Oh, I forgot about that. He needs them, but he doesn't need them right now.
Right. Yeah, so, it's like, it'll only work if these 3 guys are somewhere else.
Yes, Superboy, Monel, and Ultra Boy, the 3 mightiest guards this world could have. Thank you. They'll need to stay here to prevent an interplanetary war. Interplanetary outlaws from seizing these mighty machines and using them for evil. So, yes. Anyway, they're on what planet are they on again?
I don't remember.
Lost World. Oh, yeah. We're on Lost World.
Yeah.
That's a great planet there. Man, a planet that's lost, but they know where it is, though, because they're on it, right?
Yeah, it comes into, what is it? It comes into view every some time or something. So, and then they have to guard it until it goes back and gets hidden again or something like that.
Roger. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, hey,
Comic Vet. What's going on, brother?
So, our buddy Alactor with his damn shorts. No one takes you
He's been working out. Look at the butt.
Nobody takes you seriously, man.
I got a good firm
butt. Steel, man.
What are you, Robin? So, he wants to steal a time bubble. You're so smart. Why can't you make your own? But go ahead.
If I got superpowers, I would immediately do this look. No pants. Like just to piss people off, and just to be weird about it, and just like have the no pants look. And I'm gonna do yellow with no pants.
He doesn't have superpowers. He just superpowers.
Yeah.
Wants to steal a time bubble.
Right.
Okay. I mean, look. I guess that's a good plot. You'll go do something really spooky with that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Alactor. So Alactor breaks in to steal a time bubble. That rejected applicant, Alactor. He's stealing the time bubble. He's already started back into the past, and my lightning can't disable the machine. Yes, you fools. But I'll return with a power so great. Sorry about that. I know he's not Skeletor. It'll make me master of worlds. So it's like, okay, wow, going into the past, you're gonna find something that cool. He's gonna find something really dangerous. That's gonna be exciting, right?
Yeah, and you know what movie he watched? He went to the past and watched The Last Action Hero, and then came up with the same plan as the guy in that movie. Anyways,
wow. Did you read his mind, Saturn Girl? He was going too fast. All I caught is the thought that he means to unloose the greatest evils in history. Whoa, the Backstreet Boys. Whoa. Well, I mean, what?
It's like, Saturn Girl, you do one thing.
Carrot Top? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. History's greatest monsters, yes. Carrot Top and the Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Oh, man, not poor Carrot Top.
To further some...
what about Pauly Shore? They should bring Pauly Shore
and
go. Just let him run loose, and he'd like break stuff by accident and be all goofy.
Exactly. So it's time for some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. He goes back in time, and not like Lex Luthor or the Joker or Vandal Savage, perhaps. Right. No, he wants the real bad. He's like Nero, who's fiddling while Rome burns.
Yeah.
Nero, folks. not even the Nero from the stupid Jar Jar Abrams Star Trek idiot movie. The real Nero was the worst. He's like one of the 3 all-time worst people ever,
Hey, Dad.
according to this guy. I mean, not even. I mean, is he worse than Jar Jar Abrams? I don't know.
Yeah, he should have got Bryan Singer,
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams, and I guess
villainy.
this Greta woman who just did this.
I love how he flies down into. Hey, he tells him, "Oh, the burning wrong ordered by nearby." He's thinking to himself, "If you can save me, I'll go anywhere." So wait a minute, where do you ask him? I'll go a little farther ahead in time. Sing of the burning of Troy. This was the deed that began this downfall. I'll go a little farther ahead in time. That's him talking way, way, way back there. And soon, now when Nero is hunted by his own angry people, my chance. I'll speak to him in Latin. No, you didn't, though. He didn't.
I guess, yeah. What happened there? We forgot a panel here.
No, the panels are in order.
Panel alert.
Missing
stuff. Panel.
I mean, I'm telling you, that was editor crap right there. Just look, there's no break in the panel. If you can save me, I'll go anywhere with you and obey your orders. Get in quickly. We're going to in what to you is the future. I've got one of the 3 wickedest men in history. Really, dude? I think you
in
need
sandals. I don't know.
Yeah, what is he going to do?
The guy's wearing sandals. So
why is he so scary?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Why not the Pharaoh or one of the Pharaohs or something? If you're going to go
Caligula or something.
That's scary.
The problem is that it's like what you said, Clobby. It's not like, he's going to get Luthor and Vandal Savage. Like, he's not getting DC villains. Like, you think maybe Sinestro or something?
Right.
Like he picks real people. Like, let's go to
villains. But
or something.
They don't. All they do is just command people or whatever. They weren't really actual. Like, Lex Luthor gets stuff done himself,
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a man of action.
Weren't there a lot of worse dictators than him? But anyway.
Yeah.
So
wasn't Caligula more crazy?
Oh my God, especially played by Malcolm McDowell. But
that's a great movie. I have both versions of it.
Don't even go there.
I love it. I love schlock, Claudia.
Schlock, then there's porn. But okay, so
yes.
Anyway, whatever that pilot meant. But here they are. They decided because they only have one time bubble. Damn it, Legion. Yeah. Why? Yeah. I love how there was it. Sunboy's holding is that like a drill or something?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's like, there's, I don't know.
What is he drilling?
I don't know. I expect something more sophisticated, but so they're making their own time bubble, whatever. And he goes back in time. Let me find my number 2 bad guy. Is it Al Capone? No.
Yeah.
Is it, I don't know. Is it, it's got to be a really, no, it's John Dillinger.
Dillinger, yeah.
He just pulled that one out of his ass. Like, okay, it wasn't nice or anything. I'm sure it wasn't very nice, right?
Yeah.
So this guy maybe it's because it's from the 30th century. He read a little too much hype about these 2 guys. Like these guys are really. He's probably looking at them going, I don't know, these guys really that bad. I don't know. What is this? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah. I mean, they don't really scare. These guys don't scare me. Maybe I should have done my research better. All right, get in anyway. Fuck it. I'm sorry.
Get in here.
Sorry about the customs. Damn it. So
they don't want to monetize me anyways. That's why I'm on Patreon.
I'm sorry, buddy.
YouTube hates me.
No, they don't. They hate me, and I'm here. So anyway, so they're gonna go find him, and for some reason, probably laugh at him how stupid he is. Then it gets serious. This is something they would never do today.
Right.
I mean, I'll give him credit. I picked the most a real evil person, but I can't believe they did that. Even then.
Yeah. I feel like this happened a lot, though, in comics and cartoons and video games.
Hey,
when it was fair game,
Yeah.
You know what, though? And there's Wagner, too. Hey, and Brian Hepburn. Hey.
Yep.
But see, Sean, the thing is, the great Julius Schwartz himself, who would take over in all the Superman titles after Mark Weisinger, that he once said, I will never allow a swastika in any comic of mine. And he would certainly never allow the big H in his, in his comics. Although other editors did, they used to do him. He's been in comics all the time. I mean, he's on the cover of Captain America #1. So but there he is. He just looks it looks like he's being played by Alec Guinness or something right here. It's like, Like, so, you're what? Who are you? You Dumkov. How could you appear so strangely, despite all my guards or whatever it is? Your Nazi empire is failing, but I'm from the 30th century. You see. If you join me and obey me, I'll save you. Otherwise, you're doomed. And he's just sure.
And I feel like Nero. I feel like Nero and Dillinger are not nearly as evil as the H bomb.
When he gets them back into all of them in there, they're like, "So what's this guy's story?" He just mass murdered millions and millions of people because he didn't like it.
Right.
Man, I just robbed banks. Shit.
Like Dillinger, right? That's what I'm saying. Like Dillinger is like, okay, so
yeah, Nero just set some shit on fire.
Yeah,
it's like, I just wanted to knock over and get some cash. What is it? What the hell?
Yeah, I feel like Dillinger would be like, why am I? Well, he wouldn't know, but I mean, like, why am I in the same thing as this?
Yeah,
but
I think it's this guy.
I'm almost insulted.
So like Dillinger knows who he is too, because they're at the same time.
Yeah, he would know.
Oh yeah,
I'm not working with that filthy. Remember that line? Remember that great line in The Rocketeer?
Yes.
My Paul's
I'm 100% American.
I may not make an honest buck, but I'm 100% American. I don't work for no two-bit Nazi.
It's awesome. I love that.
That was great.
Yeah. And he's like, go get him, kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway. This is like the dumbest assortment of bad guys who, I mean, first of all, what makes Hitler so powerful is he controlled an army of millions of evil shitheads following him. Of course he was powerful. Put him in a bubble with 4 idiots, and they're the Three Stooges. He has because he's got an evil mind? So what? There are plenty of those.
Plus, he was losing his mind at this point. If this is the end of the war, the guy was completely insane.
Yeah. Like he was ever Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor would be useful.
Right.
Yeah.
Who would have an outside chance to kill the Legion of Superheroes? Some idiot dictator who had everything done for him, like Hitler? Or Lex Luthor, who could get out of jail whenever he feels like it, and almost kill Superman half the time.
Well, funny you say this, Quagnar, because wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
So they go back, and some nice art by John Forte with all the WW2 stuff.
Oh,
yeah, that's cool.
And they're following back through time because they're pretty. I don't know.
2008. Ooh.
Yeah, back 2008. Ooh, what's going to happen then?
2008.
2008. Tootsie Rolls. So anyway, we have a letter. Is this one? Or maybe it's the next one. No, it's not this issue.
No, okay, next one. All right.
I think it might be the next one. Okay, never mind. There was a letter from one of them. I can make sure but that I wanted to note, but I think it might be in the next thrilling issue. Okay, so here we go. We're in part 2. Our powers can't stop Superboy or Manel or Ultra Boy. Okay, so now the plot sickens. He plans to. What's his face? Alcatraz, or Alka-Seltzer has a machine where he could take these numbnuts here, these worthless turds from history, and stick their minds into the bodies of, granted, the 3 most powerful beings around: Superboy, Mon-El, and Ultra Boy. I mean, if I get ahead of myself, do I have to tell him we're pretty much going quick enough?
Yeah, we're good.
We know the basic plot. Yeah,
it's like, well, now they have to wear this crap on their heads, even though you can see their uniforms. But
yes, he puts the hoods on them. He puts the hood on them. Good.
Yeah, Saturn Girl is there, and she knows who they are because they found out in the last part. So
right there, you go. I jumped ahead too far.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
yes, she knows who the bad guys are. As hoods, as executioners war to behead enemies of the Third Reich. Yeah, shut up, dude. I don't know why I got to work with this Schweinholt, this whatever he is, Fritz over here. And Nero, I'm like, dude, what? Why?
And
Nero's like he's the most useless because he has no skills.
No,
Dillinger can at least shoot a gun, and we would assume that the H-Boy can shoot
so-
guns or something or whatever, right?
He,
But
he
like,
fought in World War One, yeah.
Plus, he's
so
so
it's like-
stupid that you're going to give these three guys basic godlike superpowers. What do you think they're going to do to you?
right.
Why don't you take one of the bodies for yourself?
Well, see, this is the whole thing. Like, get two others then, or whatever,
Give
or
him one
just
other one,
take.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and you take, like, why doesn't he take one? I don't
Just
understand.
two guys, and one he takes Superboy's, man. Then you're invincible.
Yeah.
Then they're really in trouble. But it's a good thing he's stupid. Superboy, we assembled the three greatest villains of all time. No, you didn't. Not really. Whose
not really.
identity shall remain temporarily secret. Unless you disband your legion at once, we'll destroy all your members. You said member. Oh, so who can his evil comrades be? My X-ray vision can't see through their masks because neither can mine.
I got an idea though. Instead of looking through their masks, fly up and punch them.
Why don't we knock them all out real quick?
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yes.
Go
right now.
Why are they letting them
now.
do this?
Here's the three greatest supervillains.
Now you're
What were you saying? What were you saying there, buddy?
They don't have
we-
anything over them right now. It's not
No.
like Satan Girl who can just destroy everybody.
Right. No, Satan Girl,
Yeah.
you could, and they did
She was
charge her.
making demands. It's like, well, yeah, you can't do anything against her.
It's called super speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You're so fast. Now you're the three sleepiest supervillains because your asses are on the ground.
I can't
However-
tell who they are. Neither can I.
It's so stupid. However, at least spare Saturn Girl by be sporting enough to let her go unharmed.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Superboy. When you this is so
Superboy can attack right now. Kill
so
him.
dumb.
Punch him.
right. He can do anything. I mean, they can't stop him. He doesn't even need any help. He
Right.
can- in 2 seconds, he can go thump these guys with his pinky and knock them out.
Yeah, and they
But
let
no.
him go.
Why is he
They-
letting this happen?
Like, I don't understand.
Ah.
Please
What
don't
do we care?
hurt Saturn Girl. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
don't
can't
hurt Saturn
Saturn Girl like make them like put a super thought cast something into their minds right now? Like, it's so
She
weird.
could. Is it-
Where's
What
the
do we
other
do?
Legionnaires? Like,
I don't
where's
know.
everyone else?
it's why you just like look, guys, I know you're in a hurry to go home and you got a deadline, but you got to think of something better than this.
Yeah, that's brutal.
If a female live, what care we if a mere female lives? Whoa,
Yeah.
Sexism, partner. First
Come
of all,
on.
you're hanging out with some pretty gaming company right there. Now you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Oh, wait a minute, too late. You're already freak. I would say you're an idiot, but you're not even the dumbest person in this panel, because Superboy's clearly the dumbest person in this panel.
Yeah.
We call him the
Superboy's
Legion
like,
of
wait,
Doom.
there's more comic to do. We have to wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, he puts the
Psycho
thingies on
changer.
top of the pots on top of their heads to there's psycho changer.
It's the egghead machine from
Right,
Batman
yes.
66. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's gonna. Who is it? These youths can fly. Naturally, they are Superboy, Mon-El, and Ultra Boy, and they have superpowers beyond your imagination. And they're really kind of dumb because we could have knocked this out a long time ago. But this time, they'll meet their downfall, being so dumb and all.
And how does this even work? Like, okay, if this can work from anywhere, why even bother showing up? Like, just do this before you show up. And then, you know what would have been good if he would have already done it. And he comes down, and then Saturn Girl sees that he's got those three villains, and they're all just like laying there looking like they're in a coma. And they're all standing there, and she's like, oh, so you went back in time and got these three villains. Well, we're going to stop you right now. He's like, oh, I don't think so, Saturn Girl, because you're too late. And then all of a sudden, Ultra Boy grabs Saturn Girl. It's like, he goes, I've transferred their minds. Like, pull an Ozymandias.
Yeah.
Pull an
Yes.
Ozymandias and be like, I already transferred their minds. Oh no. And then it's like a big twist, and then they grab her. Like, that'd be pretty exciting. This is like, hi, I'm going to do this. And then they leave, and then he does it. It's like, why would you let him do that?
Yes. Yes. Well, I guess I'm gonna look in in the upcoming letters columns
Yeah.
and see. I hope somebody nailed their ass. They deserve it, man. Fans deserve better. So these three men, I recognize them from history. Yet it's impossible. They're all dead. It's called time travel. What are you talking about, dude? It's all bad on that, Superboy.
Yeah, have we seen time travel before in a Legion
Apparently
comic?
not. I don't think so. Holy shit. Wow, man. They've done some silly stuff in this comic.
Yeah,
And we call them on it. Even though we're having fun, we call them on it. But
yeah, for sure.
I love how look at his face when he becomes Hitler. Of course.
Yeah, that's great.
Hurry, Dummkopf, the transformation, transform the others. Wow, he says Dummkopf. That's worth the price of admission right there.
When it's first revealed what's happening here, the word balloon doesn't make a lot of sense when Superboy's talking as Adolf, because it seems like I thought the personality transferred into Superboy, so it's no longer Superboy, it is Adolf. But the way he talks is like, oh, I've been stupid all this time using my superpowers for good. So it just seems like Superboy's coming to a realization and he's evil.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like they don't even know what they're writing here. You know?
No, they don't.
It's not okay. So the minds aren't swapped. It's Superboy has Hitler's consciousness in his head, and that's making him evil. Or maybe they're mixing, and Hitler's the dominant one, but it's unlocking some of Superboy's like darker thoughts, perhaps. I don't. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Well, it is poorly written. Yes, but,
it's a clear mind transference, though. I mean,
yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah. And so he goes, and appalled Monel and Ultra Boy can't believe their ears. I'll make them face the psycho changer, Alcatraz. Don't forget, I am the Führer of the Nazi Germany. Well, you can't be Whitler. In personality, you've got to remember who you are. Fight this off. Nah, I don't feel like it. Because I'm not. He's not. He's supposed to be Hitler now.
I too.
So there they are laying on the ground. Maybe you should like kill them. Kill their bodies so you can never
stomp their heads or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, squash their heads like grapes.
Yeah.
What you think for years I've wasted my superpowers helping others instead of crushing them. Now I don't understand that line either.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That line confused the shit out of me.
Yeah, like so are they sharing consciousness? I thought that it's called a psycho changer. It's not changing.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I was as foolish as you, Superboy. But no more such idealistic nonsense. That's Nero. Why would Nero? Oh God. Let's think of some cities I can burn with my heat vision.
Yeah.
That might be the best line.
That is the best.
He doesn't give a shit about anything but burning cities, and now you don't have to use matches. He can like burn this freaking heat vision. Now
in the future, I've got heat vision, and I can do all this cool stuff.
Yes.
To burn everything.
Yes. And Ultra Boy gets to go steal shit. Yay. I saved you each of you and gave you bodies with superpowers. Now you help me gather the mighty scientific machines of this world so I can dominate all worlds. This fool thinks we'll help him instead of helping ourselves. He should know we can't be trusted. But you promised. Promises mean nothing to us. Yeah. We've no more use for you. So I'll make sure you don't get it in our way. Like killing him, maybe.
It's like, yeah.
It's so
ooh, poor guy. You promised me. You promised me. You promised not to hurt them. I lied. Sorry, that's from He-Man.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, come on, Mort. Jesus Christ. Are you trying to insult your audience at this point?
I'll have to tie him up here.
This steel bar will hold him here so he can't interfere. I'll just murder him. You murderers anyway. All of you are. I mean, what do you care? Why is he alive?
Yeah, because like kill him right there. Yeah.
I don't. But yeah, this what. So meanwhile, back on Earth, Saturn Girl rejoins her comrades. The three criminals are lost on Lost World, but I was unable to read their minds. And let's go there right away. Alcatraz must be after the great scientific instruments there for some reason. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We should just get this one over with because it's so dumb. I mean, I don't even know what to do.
So yeah, I mean, the way she defeats them is kind of neat. at least. Like,
Yes.
I'll give them that. Because she's basically keeping them, like, she's like, oh, I'll explain how all these machines work. Like, why do they need the machines now? Like, they're powerful. Like, the whole point was that they're guarding these machines, and now they're like, well, show us how the machines work. And Saturn, she just lies to them, which is fine. But like, why even bother? Just be like, oh, I've got Superboy's powers, so why do I need these machines now?
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
Right.
So she just basically, this is just the whole, everything in Legion is always like it's always like montage, like, okay, here's fake how to use this, fake how to use this, fake this, you know. It's like, and then like put them in this wind tunnel thingy, and it's like, oh, now I'm gonna, like, you know, try to defeat them with their powers. And it's like, okay, you know, they take off. It's like, all right, well, we have to do something. And then Saturn Girl comes up with the, they're not really, you know, Superboy, Mon-El, and Ultra Boy. And I've explained the big purpose of the tube and everything. It's like, yeah, that's fine. And she's like, now this is actually pretty cool. With the Invisible Kid and Chameleon Boy and Shrinking Violet, she like kind of sends them in. So you were saying that this is what were they called? The ones who can espionage. Yeah. Is that what are they called? Like when they're this espionage team or something?
Eventually they have a Legion espionage squad, and these they're not calling them that yet, but they keep using the same people who eventually, you know, run by Chameleon Boy and Invisible Kid and Shrinking Violet, and when she's there, the Phantom Girl.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Like they're kind of like, I like that Saturn Girl's like kind of like, okay, I've got an idea, because we have to remember, like, to me it's always like the three main guys, the three original Legionnaires should be present. Like, I felt that the last few issues have been a lot of Sunboy stuff. Like, he seemed to be doing a lot of things, and it was like, is this a Sunboy comic, or is this, you know? So that's cool. She sends them in to infiltrate, but basically they're just all captured. So Chameleon Boy tried to pretend to be Mon-El. Invisible Boy just gets captured because Superboy hears the footsteps. That's cool. And Shrinking Violet's just captured by Ultra Boy.
Right.
And then now she's going to implant memories of their weaknesses of each other.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Convoluted.
Now she assumes that once everyone knows each other's weakness, they're all going to attack each other. What she doesn't know is that they're all going to attack each other immediately in the first second that they get this information. Like, it's not even subtle. It's like, I know how to defeat Mon-El. I'm doing it right now. It's like, okay. Now they do say something that Ultra Boy's got some radioactive weakness or something. Was that in here before? I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
No. I mean, well, they kind of played. Remember, this is when his powers are so unfocused. We don't know the penetravision and also this stuff.
Yeah.
That's just now starting right around now. We're about to start seeing his powers start getting, as you notice, they're not even saying anything about his powers being one at a time.
Right. That's right.
You know, the radioactive thing, I mean, he got, I guess in a sense, because it was that radioactive force that he was swallowed by that space dragon or whatever.
Right. So that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
He doesn't like radiation. So as soon as now they're like, okay, I know everyone's weaknesses, so I'm going to turn on each other. So they literally, one panel later, they turn on each other. And look, it's like literally like tic-tac-toe, like radiation gun. He throws lead on him as he uses the kryptonite mist, and it's like they all get knocked out. And then she forces this guy to put them all back into their bodies. And then they kill them all to prevent all of the bad things from happening. No. They send them back that it can. That's
true, Fanty. Like Fanty said, they just made up that vulnerability for this issue. They were not going to do that. Yeah, he's right. Absolutely.
There you go. The end. We everything's back, and now this planet's going back into that cloud, and we don't ever have to see this garbage planet again.
This is one of the dumbest. Even for this era, this is bad and dumb.
Yeah,
funny, but it is funny. It is funny.
This one's weird. It's just I there was the ideas of there's like some inkling of an idea there. Like if he would have went back and got Brainiac, like original
Luther,
Brainiac
Vandal
1,
Savage or something
Luthor,
like that. Yeah.
maybe Joker, like that'd be sick. Like
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh my god! And then of course they would turn on him as it plays out. They would still turn on him. Like Lex Luthor would take over, right?
Mhm.
And then maybe Joker could try to screw Luthor, and I don't know, like maybe pick like a Flash villain or something, or I don't know, like whoever, right? Like do a Superman villain and a Batman villain and like a
Actually,
Flash
yeah.
villain
More
or something.
appropriate because these historical bad. I mean, they're bad. They're rotten people, and one's
Right.
horrifically, with extraordinary blood all over his hands. And by the way, only about 20 years ago at this point. I mean, it's less than 20 years, and I'm not saying too soon or anything, but maybe too soon. But
Right.
just don't
Like make it an action story. If it would have been Joker, Luthor, and Captain Cold or something, I don't know. Like that'd be pretty awesome. And then they all turn on each other, and Captain Cold tries to freeze, or whatever.
You can't have that scene where they're just standing there, and they could have easily, like we were talking about, and they could have taken him out with one little in 10 seconds, 2 seconds. It could have taken 1 second. He could have taken him out. You can't write it that way either. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
that's the worst
Go ahead.
part.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's the whole worst thing about it. You didn't make any kind of not from one panel to the next. Bob Haney might have well written this because it makes no sense.
Yeah, they could have. So if you went back and got those three guys and you come back, then before you even confront the villains, Luthor would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna like have him take over right away," and then use that machine. And he goes, "I'm gonna amplify it and make it so that it works from a distance or something."
Right.
Mhm.
And then do the twist, like where they land and all the legions there's like, "Oh, who are you villains?" It's like Luthor. Oh my God, Joker. What are you all teaming up together? It's like, wait a minute. Luthor looks like he's knocked out. Joker's knocked out too. And Captain Cold's not moving. What's going on? And then it's like, oh, they're moving all right, but they're just not in those bodies. Whoosh, and then they all come and like, beat up the Legion. You're like, oh shit, they swapped bodies,
Yeah.
Like, where's the excitement? Like, there's got to be a call to action. I think, I don't know, but that's that one. The next one to me is awesome though.
Yes, sir.
So I saved the best one for last, and I saved myself to do that one. Oh,
your credits are as follows. Of course, even though the Legion aren't on the cover, it's a great cover by Kurt Swan and George Klein. But your Legion story, called the Legionnaires Super Contest, is of course by our good buddy Edmund Hamilton, with art as usual by the great Mr. John Forte and Joe Lettieri, or whatever I can say his name, on the lettering. So get all those credits in order. And
all right. So before I start this one, I just want to say that after reading this issue, I immediately went to beardedshirts.com and I ordered the Legion of Substitute Heroes shirt.
Yay.
And I ordered a Polar Boy pint glass, and I ordered this little glass heart of Saturn Girl. You can get these little glass hearts. So
nice.
Bearded Shirts, they're not a sponsor, at least not yet. But if you do order anything from them, if you put in the comments just saying, "Hey, you saw them on J-Man's YouTube channel," they'll know who I am if you say that. I'd appreciate it because I'd love for them to be a part of the streams. I am wearing. I'll put myself full screen for a sec. So this shirt I did get. So you've got Insect Queen and Superboy. And you can't tell, but these are like couple shirts. There's a heart in here. You can't tell. There's like a little bit of. There's a heart in between them to show they're together. So they've got tons of kind of shirts like that. But yeah, so that is that. So let's get on here. Okay. So as we see, we know that the Legion, I'll just call them the subs. The subs have been sort of incognito, as our good Mad Hatter friend would say from the Batman. Incognito is the way he would say it. If you didn't see our Batman stream, which a lot of people did see that Batman stream because it got a lot of views, check out our last Friday's Batman 66
that was a lot of fun.
That was awesome. But anyways, they haven't known about the subs, but it's all going to change in this issue right now. As we have Polar Boy, who I absolutely love, Night Girl, who's great, Fire Lad, Stone Boy, and Chlorophyll Kid. starts to get all jumbly when you got lads and kids and boys and whatever.
Yeah.
So now we got the Legion with this like awesome kind of like, I don't know, like Ozymandias setup here where they can see. I don't know. So they're doing lectures and stuff and just doing, you know, I don't know. Apparently all of them are just busy doing something because these green guys come and attack. And as they're attacking Earth, subs. Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, tell us what their weapon of choice is.
Oh yeah, where's their where's their it's their yes. They use see, I knew someone was going to say that. I tried to gloss over it very quickly, and Sean got me. They're using.
They're attacking everyone with their vibrators.
Yes, they're using vibrators to attack everybody. So
but
yes, we've got
glass because they can do something with the glass. I can't remember what, but yeah.
Well, they want glass. So this isn't really the main part of the story, but really what they want is. Yeah. For some reason, they can't make glass. I don't understand. Like, it's like
interstellar travel, but they can't make
sand.
Yeah.
Right. They make ships and create, you know, giant vibrators.
They have no sand. Yeah.
But they can't. Yeah. So it's a bit weird. Okay. So Polar Boy and Fire Lad go out to fight them. And they defeat them, and then Night Girl comes in and she just kicks the crap out of them as well. Chlorophyll Kid makes the thing grows around them, and Stoneboy does nothing. And this was your clue, because as soon as I saw that panel where Stoneboy's like, "Oh, I'm not much help," I'm like, "Oh, I know where this entire thing is going."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So I mean, look. It is still, you know, you don't want to say it's kids junk as Haney would say it, but
no, this is very thoughtful though.
This is still thoughtful. In
fact, I'm convinced Mort took the week off.
Yeah,
let Edmund Hamilton write a story.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, so he goes, "Oh, everything's peaceful on Earth, but my telescopic vision, I could see an invasion. It's like I better investigate this." And he's like, "Oh my God, it's like you guys defeated those space raiders." And they're like, I guess we have to reveal ourselves now. I hope the superheroes won't force us to disband, like in that other issue where it was the fake Sunboy or whatever.
Right.
We are members of the Legion of Substitute Heroes. Whoosh. And it's like, if this was a cartoon, it would be like, you know, like, and then it would be this.
Yeah.
These so-called substitute heroes look familiar. Yes, they all applied in the past to become members of our Legion, but were rejected. I remember each of them now. And in case if the audience didn't remember,
and they didn't want to come back and kill us. Just noted that for
right. Yeah, so it's like here's their origin. We don't need to go through this, but Polar Boy's world is so hot, the temperatures like skyrocket. Everyone would just burn to death, so they've naturally developed ability to make it cold. We got Night Girl's thing with the sunlight; it's always night, so she has powers. But then when she, her scientific dad gave her powers. But when there's sunlight, she doesn't have powers. He can spit fire, which is kind of cool. And then Chlorophyll Kid got dumped in this pool where they just have all these pools laying around.
Yes, power pools.
The dumbass kid fell in one of them.
And Stoneboy guy just says he might have superpowers. We could give him superpowers because he fell into it. Time will tell whether he gets superpowers or it kills him. We don't know. He was supposed to, Mom. Mom, if
what happened to my
creating
son?
Shit, you know.
Yeah. What happened to my son? It's like, well, he might have superpowers or he's dead.
And a couple years later, it's like the garden looks weird all the time. Like, what's going on here?
And then, Saturn Girl, you forgot me. And she's like, oh, yeah, I forgot your dumb powers. So then he explains that.
He says it all the time. This dude's like Stoneboy's down. I suck. You don't even want to tell me. I laugh at me like everyone else does.
Yeah, so Stoneboy's. Yeah, it's like, I'm a loser too. I know. So then Stoneboy and all his family turn into stone. And you're like, okay. So, yes, the Legion of Substitute Heroes. I formed it. not to compete with you superheroes, but to try to secretly help you. It's like, ooh. So they all took their oath. They're showing all these old stories. So like, okay, well, they've got to decide, well, what are we going to do with these substitutes? And they're like, hopefully they're not going to make us disband. And they're like, no, in fact, we're going to take one of you guys as a Legion member of our team.
You notice something else,
Yep.
Jay, sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is unusual about this story. The Legion aren't acting like dicks for no reason.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they always seem to find some way to make them act like a-holes, or they're doing something that's going to be, at the end, they're just acting reasonable. Like, okay, well, thank you guys for doing this. It's pretty heroic of you. They're not trying to belittle them, even to mess with them. And later we find out, oh, well, we're just straight up, okay, we're going to take one of you in our group. We like that you're being a Legion of substitute heroes. I love that about the story.
Yeah, that's why I like this too.
Even are like, they think they're going to be dicks. They're like, they're going to tell us to disband. Just like, what do we do if they do that? And yeah,
this story's been a true story of like friendship and heroism, and like, and everyone's like, you know what, you guys are great. You're substitutes. We appreciate that, and we're going to take one of you. I know we rejected you, but we're going to give you a second chance. We're going to give you a sponsor. So they basically randomly assign a sponsor. And actually, this actually makes sense because they're going to give each Legion potential, or each sub a sponsor and a test. So they're going to go complete this test. And if they can't complete it, then a Legionnaire will just take over and actually complete it because so this is actually makes sense. Like, I mean, I went for my driving test, and the first one I went on, I failed, and they let me drive home. I'm like, but I just failed the driving test and I drove myself home. So I don't, it's like, it's so weird, right? Like, and in this one, it's like, yeah, if you fail, well, a real Legionnaire is there to make sure that it gets done because it's still something that needs to get done.
Yeah.
So this is a random scrambler. And here's the pairings, which we'll just get to. We don't need to like go through each one. We'll see them. So Brainiac is going to monitor the tests, and they're going to use the computer and log their scores. So each potential Legionnaire is going to go off on a specific task, and they're going to be graded on their performance. So we'll understand how the grading works later.
Yeah.
Okay. So first off is Sunboy and Polar Boy, which is a great combination, and you'll understand why Sunboy went along. There's only one, which is a bit weird. But we understand why Sunboy and Polar Boy do this test, because if Polar Boy can't do it, Sunboy would be the logical choice to do it. Now, these tests are a little bit weird. It's still a comic book. That's, there's still weirdness. But these two scientists were frozen, and there's no way to thaw them out, and they just can't figure out what to do. Now, Sunboy could easily just thaw them, but what would Polar Boy do? Because he's like, oh, my power is to freeze stuff. So what am I supposed to do with this? And this was awesome. He goes into this like super duper hot volcano and keeps flying deeper in to the point where it's so hot that it's going to start melting them. But then while it's melting them,
it with his powers.
He counters it with his powers.
I love him. Rick Bannon. That's why he's my favorite sub.
This was just so awesome. I love Polar Boy. He's like one of my favorite characters. If we're just saying anyone from Legion, he's in my probably like top 5. If we're counting subs, then yeah, he's my number 1. But I think he's like so amazing. So yeah, he counters it so great. Comes back up. They're like, wow, that was ingenious. Sunboy's like, yeah, you did good. And I like how each of the Legion is vouching. Yeah, they're encouraging their guy and really like rooting for him. Like, yeah, I think Poor Boy's got this, man. That was awesome. Nobody's being a dick in this issue.
It's a breath of fresh air because they do it on purpose for dumb shock value. And it's one thing on a cover. It always agitates me when the characters act like that for no good reason. I don't care how old the story was.
Yep.
It's just, I hate it. And for some reason, Morton had to be at the dentist's office, or I don't know what's going on.
Right.
A good story with the Legion acting like heroes. Nobody's being an unnecessarily prick for no good reason. Not that they did that in the last two stories either. They were just doing stupid stuff. But there's none of that in here. No gimmicky writing, nothing at all that's so out there that makes you go, "Oh God, why would you write that?" Which is refreshing. This is my favorite one by far.
Yeah, this is my favorite one so far. I loved it. Anyway, so next up is Night Girl, and I like the honesty of Night Girl, where she's like, I love Polar Boy, but I really want to get on the Legion. It's been my dream. Plus, I love Cosmic Boy. I'm in love with Cosmic Boy, so I really want to get on. It's very honest, and it doesn't come across as bitchy. Sometimes they tend to make the females a bit bitchy, or
right.
It's just it's something's off. Like I know it's the period, the time period, but I didn't feel that in this issue. What's this here? So coming up next, Adventures of Sensational
Classic. That's this is where he starts coming into his own a little bit. Put it like that, and it's something that will last throughout his Silver and Bronze Age career. So.
Cool. Well, we will get to that. Giant Superman. This is great.
Niceness. Probably mostly reprints, but cool stuff, of course.
Yeah.
Giant Batman annual. Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that reprint that I have, the cover where Lightning Lad comes, where he's brought back with everyone holding the rods.
Mm-hmm.
They did an event. Yeah. So that cover, but then they did a reprint, which they just used that cover and had other stories in it.
Yeah.
That's a great comic. There's a lot. All the stories in that one are really good. So I actually kept that because I bought that as a reprint at the shop, and I was like, "This is really cool." So I'm glad I have that one. Anyway, sorry. This is not anything. All right. So here we go. Part 2. Now again, they've created these tests to really see how the subs can think. Not only can they use their powers, but can they formulate strategies? So the physical and the mental is both equally important in every test here, because look, they put her on a planet. So this is Night Girl now on a planet that's always in the sun, or at least on this side of the planet. So this tyrant, this is like an evil woman, sun woman, like an evil woman. She gets her powers from the sun, and she's been a dictator here, and they send Night Girl to defeat her. And the backup is Superboy, because he's like, well, if you can't do it, I'll step in and take her out.
Yes.
Okay. So she flies there, and
she wanted to watch a cat fight. Sorry, just kidding.
Yeah. He knows that. He's like, woohoo! All right. So Sun Woman is just a total witch. She's like just beating up shit and destroying crap just to have fun of it. So it turns out that this little thingy on her head like absorbs the sun's rays and then gives her all these different abilities. And she's like, oh, you're trash, you're nothing. And she knocks her into this pit. Now, the genius here is that Night Girl actually wanted.
Yes, brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. So she just upright challenged her, knowing that she just gets smashed and go into this pit or whatever, which is actually smart, because you're thinking, well, how dumb is Night Girl? Like, why would she go head on? But that was the plan.
Yeah.
So she falls into this pit, and where it's darkness, so the sun's not touching. So now she can break through, and she actually digs through up into this little fortress area with these other geysers. So these are some of the natives to the planet, which are they're being like subjugated or whatever by the Sun Woman. And they're like, and she's just like, here. So she tells them to take these, whatever they are. What was it, like coal or something? I don't know. Yeah. It's like, go burn all of this. Like, just burn as much of it as you possibly can, because it just creates like this, cloud of like darkness. And soon as there's a cloud of darkness, boom, she breaks through here and just captures her in 1 second. And the darkness nullifies Sun Woman's powers, but amplifies or gives powers to Night Girl, and she's able to defeat her.
Yes. Nice.
Oh, so good. That was genius.
That was so good. I mean, I just love it. Every bit of it.
I mean, I'm so happy. Out of the issues that we reviewed today, I didn't have the Supergirl one with Satan Girl, which I actually do like, and I'm definitely buying. I'm buying all these. Oh, that is my mission. I'm buying them all. I don't care what it takes. I will have them. Somebody tried to offer me And what did you see that, Clobberin? In the Legion Facebook group I had posted, and one guy tried to buy my 311 off me.
Oh, did he really? I saw you posted something about it and see that part. Really?
Yeah, and the guy's like, "Oh, will you sell me 311?" I was like, "There's zero chance of that happening."
You'll have to go to Fleabay, baby.
I'm like, "I'm sorry, buddy." He's like, "I almost have the entire run." I'm like, "Well, it's not happening. I can't do it."
Yeah,
maybe I should sell him mine. Nah.
No. Listen,
yeah, we're fortunate enough to have these comic shows. Like, we take it for granted, but like Ontario, like Southern Ontario here,
we
has
don't take it
lots
for
of
granted. We go every time,
great
but
shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you forget, like, there's some areas where they don't have shows like that or like a store like that. You gotta go on eBay, man. Yeah.
Oh, at that point, I just needed one more comic to finish that Doctor Strange volume 2, like with number 1 to 80 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was like $14 on eBay. I'm like, I don't care. It was like number 79 or something. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm like, I'll just pay $14. Now I have everything. I'm like, I'll just pay it. Like, I overpaid. That comic isn't worth anything. But
you got it.
But I'm like, I'm just gonna finish it off. And then I finished it.
Excellent.
So anyways, okay, so this
not eBay, it's just LT.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course.
Comic auctions.
He does a few of those. Yeah.
Oh, he does. Yeah. So, well, Sean and I have one like every month or every 2 months. So
yeah,
there's one next Sunday. I don't know how good. This is the first time This is the first time we're ever attending this one. So we'll see how good it is. We'll report back.
It's Brampton, right? Yeah.
It's Brampton. Yeah.
Sunday.
I think you guys live a little bit apart from where he lives, but you're the same country.
Same country. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. LT can't or is it Phantom or yeah? No, sorry. LT. Yeah. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. But I don't know how it is up there for you guys, but yeah, we've got one there's always one coming up. So
yeah,
meaning cons or shows,
comic shows only, like they're comic books shows, or toy shows, not like the fan expos or Wizard Worlds.
Those are crap.
Yeah,
those are awful. The only ones that go to the horror ones because I like my horror movies, and the horror ones are great because they get a ton of horror movie people, and horror movie actors and actresses are all very inexpensive. They're like, you know, like $20 for a picture or $40 for maybe for an autograph. They're not expensive, right? Because nobody cares about the Terrifier except for me. But yeah, these big ones where it's like Chevy Chase is coming, who I love Chevy Chase, but like it's just so expensive. I can't afford it. Or I can afford it, but I'd rather buy Adventure Comics with my money.
Well,
anyway, Chlorophyll Kid is up next. So they're like, you got to split this mountain in half. And now Lightning Lad could just, bombard it with lightning and just break it. So what's he going to do? He goes and grabs some seeds, throws them into, plants them in the mountain, and then just hyper grows them. And the trees literally bust them apart. You live in Ottawa. Yeah. The capital.
Yeah.
Breaks them apart. Simple as that. And they're like, okay, you're good.
Great.
And then, so it's like Brainiac's like, okay, I'll record that. Bouncing Boy, his protege is Fire Lad. He goes, so, okay, let's go. Da-da-da. They go to where the test is. So this place has just water. It rains and rains and rains, and they're unable to have any fire. I don't know how they're surviving. Maybe they must have. I think the society would have come up with ways to survive on their own, but whatever. So they're trying to figure out how to, how to get fire. He notices that there's some oil. He literally comes and drills a bunch of oil holes, and he uses his fire breath. He uses magical fire breath and saves Maiden's Fair. No, sorry, that's from South Park. He ignites it, and now they've got fire. Now, my question was, how is Bouncing Boy gonna make it work if Fire Lad couldn't? This is the only one where I'm like, nah, I don't know. Like, what would Bouncing Boy have done?
I don't know.
All right, that's the only. This is a 10 out of 10 issue for me. But if I had to be critical, I'd be like, I don't know.
You and that Bouncing Boy.
I don't know about me. I just can't. I'm waiting to fall in love with Bouncing Boy. It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened yet.
I'm more like I've always been jealous of him because of who he ends up with. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's yeah.
Actually, I do like him. He, later down the road, he does cool. He's a good guy. I like Bouncing Boy.
I like him. He's a good guy.
Like him.
Yeah, he's a good
Dude.
guy.
He's more of a teacher, actually. So yeah.
And I know he leaves. I did read the issue where he gets married and stuff, and
He
then
gets
they
married,
leave.
and of course he becomes a Legion Academy teacher and stuff like that. He becomes the leader of it, and it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now, did you forget someone? Yeah, Stone Boy. So Stone Boy has to fight this giant monster. So it's going to attack this village, and he's going to figure out how to defeat it. Saturn Girl's going to be there, and she'll just be like, "Well, if you can't do it, I'll just use my my super thought casting, and stop the creature." So he's like, "Well," he goes, "My powers aren't the best, but I've got an idea." So he digs this like kind of big, huge hole, and he's thinking, "I'm going to lure this thing into the pit and trap it." So he turns to stone, like he lures it over, turns to stone, it bites him, and now it can't bite through him because he's stone.
His way of dealing with giant creatures now is just turning into a dog toy. It's like
Right, a chew toy, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now the thing is like he's gonna do it again, and then it starts to move over to the villagers. It's like these villagers are coming out saying, "Hey, what's going on?" And it starts to look over to them, and it's going to attack them. And Stone Boy's like, I have to stop the test. I have to quit. And he says to Saturn Girl, "Can you just, handle it? Because I can't do it. And if I don't succeed, these villagers will be hurt." Mm-hmm. So now, if there's anybody on planet Earth that doesn't know who's going to win this, they really need to like I knew who was going to win this on page 2. And as I was reading this, and as I realized who was going to win and why they were going to win, I was absolutely just dying over how awesome this is. They show the scores, and Stone Boy is ahead. And he's like, "But how could this be? Like, I didn't do it." And they're like, "Well, the thing is that you were smart enough to call for help. You put the villagers' lives ahead of your own. You
Yes.
made the right call. It's not just about having a cool power and doing something. It's about like heroism and teamwork and being smart and sacrificing personal gain and all that." I mean, it's just so awesome. I was like, "Wow, this was
all about
so
heroism."
Yeah,
heroism. And to top it off, and then I knew this was going to happen. I actually knew this was going to happen too. They're like, "Okay, Stone Boy, you can join the Legion of Superheroes." And Stone Boy's like, "But I don't want to leave the substitutes because those are my friends and I want to stay with them."
Peeps.
Wow.
They became a family. I just love the subs, man.
Oh, so okay. Again,
Even Color Kid and Infectious Lass. Wait till you get to meet them.
Yep. I immediately went to beardedshirts.com and ordered the Legion. Stone Boy leveled up big time. I love all of these characters. They're all amazing.
I have the coffee cup.
Oh, you got the coffee cup. Oh, yeah. I love it. This was my favorite that we've done so far. It's probably one of my favorite comics that I've read. Maybe, like, I don't know, just everything about this to me was just absolutely awesome. I have like zero. The only weird thing was the bouncing boy thing, but I mean, it is what it is. He would have figured out a way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have zero complaints. Like, what do you guys think of this one?
Sean?
No, this was by far the best one. I was telling J-Man before, I love anything with the substitute heroes. For some reason, they're very special. Maybe it's the underdog aspect or something, but like I said before, the team itself is a great mix of powers. Probably better than the Legion, because I mean, Legion has like 3 or 4 different guys that emit some sort of heat and and whatnot. Here it's like a plant person, a super strong, cold heat, stone. Yeah, no, they're great, and I find every story with them in it is the best one of the bunch that we read.
Yeah.
Because of that humility and that sacrifice and the heroism, you admire all these characters. So yeah, I don't know, man. This story was great, and I love that everyone is clever and everyone has a good thing to. Because I was like, how is this guy gonna get out of this? Like, this is awesome, right? The only one that kind of had a gimme was the water planet that where you're trying to make fire, and it's like, and it happens to have oil underneath, but
Right.
but it's not super clever, but whatever. It's a way out.
Yes.
But yeah, no, this was awesome. This was a great story.
Yep.
And I look forward to reading more with the subs.
One of the best.
I love the subs. I can't believe it. I mean, like, I'm just, and Polar Boy got the glass. Like, everybody's good. Like, even Stone Boy, I'm like, man, like, oh God, he's awesome in this. Like, everybody was so good. These like adventure comics, like, these have been so awesome. I'm gonna basically finish Adventure Comics 300 to 503 or whatever it went up to. I'm just gonna finish it all. Like, why not?
Yeah.
I'll just finish them. And I'll try to get whatever Legion appearances prior to that. Like, because I've been reading the Supergirl ones and the Superboy ones, and they're really cool too.
Mhm.
So I'm definitely going to grab those. Let's take a look at this. We have a little bit of time. We've got some time, right, guys? We've still got about. Let's take a look at this really quickly. I did read it. I don't know if Sean Clobby, did you read this one or no?
I did not.
Okay.
Very not.
This was included in the list for appearances of the Legion, and but they don't really. It's not really about them, so we kind of skipped it for the stream. But I thought I'll just go through it really quickly.
It does have him as Elastilad, but
yeah, who does become an honorary member?
They show them once, and yeah, I'm looking at where they show them. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Jimmy Olsen. I never read any of Jimmy Olsen's comics. This is Kurt Swan, right?
This is Kurt Swan, George Klein's art on not only the cover, but in that first story, The World of Doomed Olsens.
Yeah.
Are they in the second story as well, or just that first story?
I think they're just in the first story. I didn't read the second, or if they are, I didn't read the second one.
It's called pretty much cameos.
It's cameos.
Some of them aren't being called cameos from what I'm looking at here. At least it's the 30th century. So.
Yeah, so like Jimmy Olsen is doing this presentation or something. It's just so random, and he's like showing. He's telling me, I used to have all these weird powers when I would take these different liquids. You're like, okay, I would turn into a werewolf guy. I would turn into Elastic Lad, and I would turn into this porcupine guy. It's like, okay, I would turn into this giant like turtle character. It's like, okay,
yeah. And
then this guy shows up, the Collector. I always say this guy's a collector
version.
Yeah,
before the Marvel version.
Yeah, before the Marvel. And was it Along Came a Spider where he's like, this guy's a collector? But anyways, there's also a series of horror films called The Collector, and they're great. I highly recommend The Collector.
What, Terrence Stamp?
Terrence Stamp?
In the first?
I don't remember. Oh no, wait, the horror movie?
It's not. Well, it's a thriller. It's not a horror film about.
No.
Late 60s.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Let me look. I'll look that up.
I haven't seen that Collector.
One. No, The Collector is definitely a horror movie. Clobby, do not watch either.
Okay, well, I got you. I won't.
Yeah, they're not for Clobby horror movies. They're J-Man horror movie.
Got you.
Yeah, so I don't recommend those to you. And they're definitely not for Raquel, that's for sure.
No.
Okay. So this guy Collector shows up, and it's like he whisks Jimmy Olsen and brings all these guys in, and you're like, now I'm going to trap you on this planet and stick you to the ground, and all these other versions of yourself are going to torment you. So this guy's trying to stomp on him. This guy's shooting pork spikes at him, but they all miss. This guy's eating stuff. I don't get why that matters. Elastic Lad is tickling him. And then the Collector guy's like shooting these rays out, and you're like, oh no, what's going on? We're all trapped here. And then Superman shows up, and he's like, Superman, thank God you're here. Can you help me? And Superman's like, no, you're being punished, so I'm leaving. And you're like, and we got a choke in here. Choke, that's true. It's like
nice.
Choke. So he goes, you keep pressing that stupid watch, and you kept pressing every time you press that watch, the Collector's planet is getting destroyed or something. It's like so random. You're like, oh, all right.
It is Jerry Siegel, so he does like the right choke.
And it's like, now you're being punished. Okay, here. Last month, You press the button of your signal watch 18 times. The resulting sonic waves penetrated into my dimensional world, causing a reaction which destroyed our greatest city. Gulp.
Wow.
I'm innocent.
Choke.
I didn't mean any harm. And then he throws.
Superman's fault.
Yeah, he throws his like microphone at him or something. It's like, okay. And then he's like, oh no. It's like, don't do that. And it's like, what? And he's like, I know you're just Mon-El from the Legion of Superheroes. It's like, yes, it is. It is Mon-El. What is happening here? Okay. Like, your fear when I tossed the microphone at you tipped me off because it's made it partially of lead, which used to affect you like kryptonite affects Superman. You shunned it from force of habit. And then they put a note saying if he drinks that liquid, he's okay or whatever. But anyway, and it's like, and you slipped up too. It's like, you're really Colossal Boy, and you're really Chameleon Lad. It's like, okay, or Chameleon Boy, and he's like, and he goes, Elastic Lad. Sorry, Elastic Lad is really Chameleon Boy. So he's pointing out all the guys, and then he's like, and then there's the mask. At least this mask is over a human face, so it's not that bad. And it's like, and you're a Cosmic Boy. Because you had those metal spikes and you controlled them with metal, and you're Bouncing Boy because you're large. I don't know like what else. It's like that's the only reason he knew that. And then Superman shows up. It's like, you're right, Jimmy, but it's like we had an excellent reason for fooling you. These issues where people fool other people for no reason and torment them, like they're shooting spikes at them.
Yeah,
it's like so random, and it's like, okay. They bring him over to Legion. He goes, that was a super initiation test. You passed it. Like,
wow.
His test was to discover like that they were really the Legion. Like, I don't know. And they're like, we're going to make you a Legion, right? We're going to make you a Legionnaire. And he's like, but I don't have any powers. You do as Elastic Lad. It's like, oh, yay. Now I get to be a Legionnaire. It's like, why? Like, they didn't take Polar Boy. They didn't take, like Chlorophyll Kid. Like, what the hell? So it's like, yeah, you get to be a Legion, an honorary member. Yay. That's it. Done. You're like, okay. I mean, are you in the second story?
Yeah, Jack Kirby. The story is that, Clobby probably knows this. When he went to DC, he asked them what the lowest selling book was, and they said Jimmy Olsen, we're probably going to cancel it soon. And he's like, give me that book. And of course, he created the fourth world out of it. He introduced Darkseid in it, all that stuff. I'm reminded of that when I see this. It's like, people make fun of this comic, but like it's like I've read quite a few of these. Mostly the fourth world stuff, and also the Jack Kirby did the one with what's the guy's name? The insult.
Don Rickles. Don Rickles is on the cover.
Don Rickles, yeah. It's the two for the first issue. There's a fake Don Rickles, and then there's a real Don Rickles that comes out. Yeah.
Did a lot of crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
It took Jimmy Olsen. It was Jimmy Olsen this year. So it was not a long run, but
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got 14 votes. Let's take a look where we're at here. So the question of the day was, which sub should join the Legion? Night Girl, 36%. Polar Boy, 36%. And so they're tied for the top. And then the bottom is 14% each for Stone Boy and Fire Lad. So there you go.
Wait, who won first place again?
They're tied. Night Girl and Polar Boy are tied. And Stone Boy and Fire Lad are tied for the bottom.
Fair call.
Yeah.
Now I know. So who voted for Stone Boy was they knew he was going to get the win.
Yeah.
So it's like, because like really you wouldn't really pick Stone Boy for it's obviously going to be Polar Boy because you need if you have a fire guy, you have Sun Boy, you need a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy has the inside track on Mix Ramirez Palace All. It's nepotism. Oh, you're his friend, eh? Well, fine, we'll give you a comic.
And Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane.
What about Superman's neighbor? Smithers or something. They should do Superman's Superman's financial
milkman.
advisor.
Superman's tax accountant. Like,
No, I'm doing Superman's financial advisor. Mr. Smith, Superman's
dry
I don't know
cleaner. We needed one because he's going to the planet.
No,
all the
that's
time.
good. I like that one too. Okay, we're all right. I'm doing this on Twitter. We've had Superman's dry cleaners. No, but
Well,
I
comic
think
adventures, man.
I think financial advisors. You've seen these ads, at least in Canada. It's like, do you need a financial? No, I don't. I'm just a regular person. Why would I need that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Boy,
Okay.
that's
No. Oh geez, that's really funny. All right, let's take a look at what's coming down for next week's Legion talk, and then we'll
let's go look at the Chronicle thingy.
Chronicle thingy. Yep.
Pull it up over
So
there.
I'm gonna get the spreadsheet open, and then also there's the link that you sent me to the website here. So 316 and 317 are definitely next.
Other than ones, are you sure? Okay.
16 and then in question will be Action 309 because what do they do in Action 309? That's the big one.
Let's see.
So let's take a look here. So we just did 315.
Oh, let's see here. For yeah, 315. So let's see. Where are you? I'll take a second for it to load it up my little listing.
All right, so 315 is so next one is 316, and then 317.
It's a fair call.
And then it's either Action 309, or Superman's girlfriend, or 318. So we have to look and see what those are like.
Load up here. All right, so 16, 17, and then go to Superman.
So Action 309.
Let me go take a look at. It's a Superman 309. Oh, that's Action. You're right.
Action 309.
Let me go take a look at Action 309 here.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. And we need to look at Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, 47. That would be the other one.
Yeah, that sounds. Man, what the hell's wrong with the theater?
All right, so 309. Let me just take a quick glance at it.
Well, crap.
Oh, it looks like there's like a fake Clark Kent in it.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Just like, who's the fake Clark Kent then? Is it Cosmic Boy? Is it?
Yeah, it'll just be Chameleon. It'll just be Chameleon Boy or whatever, right? Okay, so they're not in. Oh yeah, here they are. Here they are.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah. How's it look? Like a 1 second thingy?
Yeah, it looks like it's really fast.
Yeah, it's 3 panels.
It's like that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
There's other cool stuff in it, like he meets JFK and stuff, but like it's.
It looks like a really cool Action Comics issue, but it doesn't.
But the Legion's barely in it.
So I'm gonna say we skip that one.
So what's the other one?
Okay.
Superman's girlfriend.
Lois Lane.
So do Lois Lane issue
47.
47.
Again,
I'll probably read them, and then we could go. We don't have to. It's like what we're doing now. We don't have to literally go through every panel. Like we're just, you know what I mean? Like we'll just all
not
read
a story,
it.
right? If it's not a legit Legion story or crossover appearance type thing, is what you're saying, basically.
Right. All right, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 47.
47.
Let's see.
Well, slow ass thing on slow on me. All right, 47. Here we are. Up in here. I remember that cover. I don't think this is going to be much of a story here.
I don't even see them.
I'm flipping it right now. Yeah, it's probably not even the first story.
No.
Nope.
Well, it's not in Jungle Jeopardy.
Wow. It's not even. Maybe there's a mention. No, it's not. They're not in it at all.
They're not in this one.
Yeah, they're not in it at all. Was
That's
there maybe
The
there was a
Super Life?
mention? They may have mentioned them. What?
Oh my God, they're in an ad.
Oh,
Okay, so forget that one. So that one we're not gonna.
Oh,
Okay,
that's the
so
third story though. Wait a minute.
they're in Night Girl's in a couple flashback things.
yeah,
Night Girl.
Yeah, Night Girl.
Oh, that's Night Girl. Yeah, what's she doing there?
And what's her face? Saturn Girl.
Saturn Girl. Yeah, and
Oh, they're
Polar
barely
Boy.
in it.
yeah. They're. I'm not even gonna look at that one at all. Then we can totally ignore that one.
Strange that they would use Night Girl in a Lois Lane story, but there you go.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
gonna do 16, 17, 316, 317, 318.
Works for me.
And we will breeze through the Action
We could breeze-
Comics.
Yeah, we could cover it. Yeah.
Just because it looks like a cool issue anyway, so I'll just read
Right.
it out of
Works
to
for
read it.
me.
Okay. All right, Clobby, what's going on tonight? Free for all?
Nothing. Just me sitting there talking to the universe, I guess. Just a open Mark C Comics talk. Maybe I'll sneak a surprise review of a comic or something. Get ready because next month's gonna be Jack Kirby month, so I've got to get all that planned out.
Oh,
And so yeah, nothing big. But of course, the rest of the week, Midnight's Edge After Dark a couple of times, the Comic Roundtable, my show Wednesday night, the Clubhouse, Nick's on Friday nights, and of course, us reviewing that Superman comic, and then Saturday Night Star Trek. So
there you go.
everywhere.
So the links to Sean's channel and Clobby's channel are in the description of this video, plus all my other videos, whether they're related or not. And also I put the links in the beginning of the chat. So if someone's watching this later, they can see it in the description and also in the chat. Sean, what did you do? Well, you just did the John Carter. What else is coming?
I just
What else
did
is
the
coming?
John Carter, so you could check out that on my channel. It's complete run of John Carter of Mars from Marvel Comics 1977 to 79. And I plan to do more overviews of Sears and consumers distributing wish books of various franchises like Transformers, etc. Some electronic games from 1979, stuff like that. So stay tuned.
Awesome. And so the next time again, to remind everybody, this Wednesday is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. So same time as this is going to be the wrestling talk. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on Action Elite. And then this Friday, as Clobby mentioned, and Sean, all three of us are back same time as this for Superman number 164. This is the first Planet Lexor, which I've not read. I don't know anything. Sean has it, so that's going to to be awesome.
Yeah.
In honor of the great Phantom Outside.
This is for Phantom Outsider. We're taking requests. I'm just calling it Free for All Fridays because we're gonna do some Transformer stuff.
Yep.
We're gonna go back to that because people immediately the second I said no Thursday stream, it was either Brian or Joe or one. It was like messaged me, oh, no Transformer Thursdays. So I was like, okay, whoa. I said, well, still gonna do Transformers.
Yeah.
We're still gonna do the Transformers thing, but we're just gonna rotate it. So once a month versus, and then once a month we'll do the Transformers. Once a month we'll do a classic comics. We've got the '90s thing. We'll rotate them around, right?
Yeah.
So this one's a special occasion because Phantom really wants Clobby to do this one, and I think Clobby, you're doing basically almost a stream. You're doing 1 to 2 streams per day, pretty much.
So in one day, but I have one stream, and there's no stream. I have no stream. No day that I have no streams, and
right.
That one on Tuesday nights is the only time I don't usually have a late stream.
Right, because Saturday Star Trek, Sunday you're on Mark's channel for geekery. You got Nick Weiser
all the time.
Midnight's Edge. This one, and you basically got 2 Mondays. Then you got you got one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday.
Basically, Tuesdays, Saturday, and Sundays are the only ones that only have one stream on.
Right.
Every night I'm late to do a late stream somewhere, usually my channel, but others, unless it's except for a Tuesday. In other words, I'm 7 days a week with multiple streamies.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So, and just a reminder, guys, I am on Patreon. So it's patreon.com/jman77. The link is in the description. I had 11 years of fighting with YouTube. I'm done fighting. It's just, it's like somebody said, why don't you just do Patreon? I was like, so I'll just do that. So I want to thank the people that are on it already. There are a few people that have signed up. So I really appreciate that. That's great. The channel is just me. There's no, people always say, oh, that support the channel. There's no channel. There's me. That's it. So I appreciate everybody a lot. And it's great that it's great to have everybody on there. Okay. So that is it for this week. So next week is Legion. The week after that is Earth B.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep,
after that.
I believe
Okay.
so.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you, everybody. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.